This is a view from Southampton Township of Somerset County, Pennsylvania. Back in the 1950s when I was little, I lived on the farm in the distance that is highlighted with a yellow arrow. The old farmhouse there is gone. The video you are watching is an amateur architectural study of the exterior of the farmhouse. What you are going to see are old still pictures and some old VHS video footage. This video may only interest the descendants of the people who lived on the farm. Because of that, I'm going to start with the history of the farm. Although its ownership dates back to 1767, I believe the first resident owner was Christian Sturts. He obtained the farm from Samuel Riddle in 1815. Christian Sturts died in 1830 and is buried near the site of the house. John Sturts obtained the farm from Christian's estate. Daniel Korns Jr. got the farm from the John Sturts estate and was already living there in the 1870s. Descendants of Daniel Korns have owned the farm ever since, and each owner lived in the house during at least part of their life. After Daniel Korns, Daniel's son John Wilson Korns owned the farm. John Wilson Korns was known as Wills. After Wills owned the farm, his son Allen Lester Korns owned the farm. Daniel, Wilson, and Allen Korns are my ancestors, and I have many fond memories from the farmhouse. After Allen Korns, his son Melvin Korns owned the farm. Now, in 2022, one of Melvin's daughters and her husband owned the farm. This is a 1911 photo of the south side of the house. As you can see, this side of the house has double-decker porches. The pile of lumber was used for butchering. The two people on the right are Mary and Wills Korns. The three people on the left are Earl Korns, his wife Ella, and their son Lester Korns. The next little boy is Allen Korns. The one-story part of the house at the right is the kitchen and dining room. The little room under the porch was used for tasks such as butchering. The decorative trim at the top of the porch posts would have been made with machines that weren't generally available until after 1830. The interior doors were also made in a post-1830 style. So was the lath for the plaster. The front door into the dining room is a pre-1830 style. Now I'm going to play video clips of Lester Korns talking about this picture.
We're going to run down downstairs.
Who is it?
Dad's mother and myself.
Oh, that's that little fellow's you.
Yeah.
You never grew very much, did you?
Well, you look these pictures over, I'll tell you, when I was a kid, I was busy. And just ripping and
Is that Melvin? No, that's him. It's three.
worked them cabs.
Yeah, you were always busy,
I
I'm
was
sure.
always busy, yeah.
That puts me in mind of some of Melvin. And you. This is Grandpa? Alan?
That was Alan, and Nevin, and a Geyer, Irvin Geyer.
Irvin Geiger.
Yeah. Here, that was Irvin Geyer.
And who's the rest?
And Grandpa and Grandma.
What's that tore down in front of it?
I didn't know.
That was the wood pile for butcher wood.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
that was
Oh, okay.
Then over here was
They do
was
them, but I
a
don't
butcher
know.
house.
Like he said.
That's where the old schoolhouse was.
Yeah, it was the old
When,
schoolhouse, yeah.
you said that was hauled up all in one piece.
Yep, all one piece.
You know,
Or
whether they
all
be
one
better
building.
when it's
Yeah,
time
yeah.
When?
Or in the shade.
Yeah, that one worked.
Do you remember what time I asked?
This is a 1925 photograph of the front side and west end of the house. The building on the left is the woodshed. On the right, you can see a glimpse of the beautiful vista that one could see from the porches on the south side of the house. No chimney is visible in this picture. In this picture, you can see there are 5 upstairs windows. That changed when the house was remodeled inside and eventually was increased in size with a small front addition. This photograph shows the south side of the house. The children are Alan's daughter Esteline and his son Melvin. The lumber would be for butchering. Judging from Esteline's size, the picture was probably taken about 1938 or 1939. This photo appears to have been taken the same day and shows the lattice under the back porch. The area under the porch was used for storage. The boy on the tractor is Alan's son, Alvin Lee Korns, who was born in the spring of 1946. He looks to be about 2 years old, so this is probably a 1948 photograph. Looking at the house, you can see that 2 upstairs windows have been boarded up, and the window trim has been repainted. The house is a banked building that was built on the traditional central hallway plan. Melvin Korns told me that the house was altered sometime before he was married. That means the remodel that resulted in the windows being boarded up happened before December 17, 1948. The central stairs remained after the remodel, but certain areas were reworked to create more usable space. The small addition to the front of the house had not been added when this photo was taken. This is a photograph from the 1949 Korns genealogy book. I am including it to show that the addition to the front of the house has not occurred. In the book, this photograph is mislabeled as depicting the original farm home of Daniel Korns Sr. It was the farm home of Daniel Korns Jr. This photograph shows the front of the house. The white enamel bricks of the chimney would have been made at the Mount Savage Enamel Brick Company. That chimney would be for the coal-fired furnace in the basement. To the left of that chimney, it appears that another chimney had been torn down and patched over. The door into the dining room is on the left. This photograph shows the addition that was made to the front of the house when Alan Korns owned the farm. This addition was added to accommodate the young family of Melvin Korns. It converted the house into a duplex. The double windows were in the kitchen of the new apartment. That kitchen had an exterior door that faced east onto the porch. I don't remember the house having wooden siding like this. For as long as I can remember, the house was covered in stone-patterned Insul brick siding. Now I'm going to start a VHS-based video clip of the exterior of the house. The video was taken in 1999 when the house was unoccupied and well on the way to succumbing to the elements. The video begins with a view looking south from near the house. That part of the video gives you a good idea of how nice the view was from the back porches. The audio is from when the video was taken. The beginning of the clip mentions and shows the Bluebaugh place in the distance. That is where the first still picture at the beginning of this video was taken.
And there's the house that we were just looking at. So the Bluebaugh place is the place where Michael Korns used to live. Okay, this is a picture of Grammy Korns' house. See the porches falling off now. You can see the trim at the porch. There you can see the same kind of white brick as is on the Michael Korns house chimney. There you can see the lightning rods. You stay back.
Hey, what are you doing?
Stay back here.
Hey,
You see the other glass lightning rod. That's the addition that they put on the front to make the kitchen bigger. There's the front view of the house. See how the windows are made. Huh? See the way the doors are made. The kitchen end of the house. Down in here, where the spring is, behind that bush, down here was the steps to the spring. There's the same kind of windows on the end here. This is the bottom side of the house. See where the porch was. Stone foundation. Trellis work underneath the porch. That's a little room there where they butcher deer and stuff, and get the architectural details. Same kind of doorway as the windows. Have to get some of that woodwork there. The doorway. Park back in there, isn't it? Oh, so there's a little different porch there. Work under the porch. You can see what's held the porch up. the doors. Carl, get back.
That other house.
This is a little porch off the kitchen. Get back here, Carl. Windows under the porch. Uh-oh, I heard that, Carl. Is that a buck snorting?
Nope, it was I chewed it.
You too did. Come on. You can see the beams on the holding the porch up. I used to shinny down over here when I was a kid. Carl, don't touch his fence, it bites. It's an electric fence. Spring. You can see the same kind of white brick that is over on the Michael Korns house. The old smokehouse. Above Annette's house. See how thick the walls were? This is the doorway into the smokehouse.
Now I'm going to switch to showing still photographs of the house. These are photographs from 2003 that show the basement doors. This photograph shows the wooden bars on a basement window. This is a general view under the back porch that shows a glass-paned window and the window with the wooden bars. The left-hand picture shows one of the lightning rods. The middle picture shows the glazed brick chimney, which is mounted with a lightning rod. The local business that made this type of brick was in operation from 1896 to 1928 and sold this type of brick throughout the Western Hemisphere. The right-hand photograph shows a weather vane mounted on a lightning rod. These 2003 photographs show decorative details on the back porch. These types of decorations are associated with the period after 1830, when machinery started to become available to do this type of work. This 2003 photograph shows one of the windows, which have 15 panes of glass. This photograph shows the kitchen area on the east end of the house. It also shows the small room under the east end of the porch. When I was little, I used to climb down from this end of the porch. This photograph shows the east end of the one-story kitchen and dining room portion of the house, and that is an attic window. Note the variable width of the siding boards. You can also see that there is a chimney on this end of the house. This photograph shows the attic windows on the west end of the house. You can also see the wide boards that were used under the eaves. This photograph shows the hand-hewn beams under the porch. This photograph provides a close-up view of the lattice under the porch. This is another porch beam detail. It also shows that the boards used for the floor of the porch were tongue and groove type boards. This shows an upstairs door that opened onto the porch. Decorative trim at the top of the porch post can also be seen. This shows the configuration of the porch rail for the upper porch. This shows foundation stonework near the left-hand basement door. These are the last photos, and they were taken in 2008. They show the dining room door on the north side of the house. The details on the right reveal the pre-1830 construction style of this door. As I said before, the interior doors are all post-1830 style. On the left-hand side of the door frame, you can see the electrical wiring. The house was electrified around 1939 or 1940. My mother told me that soon after the installation, they turned on the lights one night and went over to the next hill so they could look back and see the house all lit up. This is the end of the video. Photographs of the interior of the house are available on my website. The address of the website is korns.org. Thank you for watching.